Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I realize that the music is actually really loud. Hello. Welcome. I know we're starting a little bit late. I had gone out to dinner and, wasn't home when I normally would have started anyway. But I would like to work on some new button designs. So we're doing what the hell is going on? We are doing impromptu. Well, I guess it's not impromptu. I said something about this like last night. Hold on, I gotta reset Psy. But we're gonna do art stream. Work on some new button designs. We're focusing on the new Generation 10 Pokemon starters. Because the last show I went to, someone asked specifically if I had them, and I hadn't got around to doing them. So, I kind of need to get on that if they're being asked for, as Pokemon starters. I want to say it's not going to take that long, but I always say that, and it always takes me a lot longer than I think it do. So, we're just gonna... We'll see what we get done. I have like a few other things like I can do on this page that I'm on. I'm in the mood for things to do. This page I have planned actually for a bunch of other Pokemon, but I don't know if I'm... But, maybe a short stream. I don't know. It's just, we're just hanging tonight. Hanging while we draw Pokemon. Hey Brian. Glad that you made it home. Drive okay? The one thing that I hate about doing Pokemon buttons, like starters, like I don't want to just copy like what they've already fucking done. These designs are so simple. What does the back of this fucking bird look like? The fucking... Sorry, it's like I'm already struggling. We've been here for like 5 minutes. How do I draw Brout? Brout? Hello, Warlock. How are you? Why are we screaming into void now? Oh, you do see the backside. Even... And yes, generally I am screaming into the void, but why are you screaming into the... I mean, why are you not screaming into the void? Really? Someone asked... Oh, I see. TJ, how are you doing? In a way, today feels like one of those days. Today started out okay for me, and then I had therapy, and then it was like a little less okay. I've been kind of like bummed out since then. That's fun. So I think today is just one of those days. Fortunately. What the fuck do you call this? I already hate this book. Well, clearly the day they told you was the day that you were supposed to do it. Why do they keep doing like these kind of like sassy-ish water Pokemon? Like they just, I guess, whatever water salamander is, it's kind of like Snivy in a way. It's like they're just this feels like slightly more confident Sobble. Dog feels like they've done dog plenty of time. I hate its hair thing going on because it's just it's like a full button and just gonna dog. Dog face because it's most of its body is just covered up by this fucking mane. I like how the leaf makes it look angry, but if the leaf wasn't there, it would. I don't know. Fucking bird! I hate these designs because I feel like they're just so simple. I was going on like a whole thing about them the other day, but like they just feel super duper simple, and I find them boring. And we're drawing them because people ask. Does Grout just never close his mouth like all of the fucking just have his mouth? Oh no. Yes, it. Because someone asked me about them. So, probably like their Pokemon. Which, you know, fine. I'm trying not to just complain about them and oh, recent Pokemon. All the other Pokemon I have planned for this page are like older Pokemon. About near, probably. Probably. But no, today it kind of feels like one of those days. Kind of like a weird, annoying Thursday. That's why I was like, I don't know how long this stream is going to be, considering how simple these Pokemon are. But like, button designs always seem to take me longer than I expect them to. Slower than I... But we'll see what we get to. If I get to the other ones, fine. The biggest rush to work on other button design. I need to get certain ones done. Obviously, but I want the if we get these done and it's like just a short stream. Just one of those days. Are we going to Anime Park this weekend, CJ? That's the show I'm talking about right now. I got Anime Park on today. Which is usually like it's a fine, chill kind of show. It's held at a local like high school, so it's like nothing crazy. I kind of like doing a very like low stakes kind of. Like, I'd like to do more buttons up because I think it's the weekend after it's today, but technically for that show. I'm not in the Artist Alley right now. Like, I got waitlisted because I was late applying. I'm gonna try and go in the night that they set up in a, if a spot's opened up. Try and get in. I've just been so distracted lately. It's like when it comes to Artist Alley, of bad about it. But I'm kind of taking this year a little while I try. Like I've missed years of or normally don't, but it's like there's been a few that have not done for one reason. We'll see how things go. Usually there's like someone that cancels. Like even like Thursday, it's like if there's no one, like no spots, I can try going in like Friday morning and setting up. But we'll see. Last I checked, I was still on the way. So no, Anime Park, like I said, it's fairly. I mean, I don't know what area you're based in, but like where I'm sitting, it's fairly local. It's like what 20 minutes away from me. Um, like, I've been doing it for years because it's been for years. It's like it's nothing big or like special or whatever. The school's like anime club runs it, so it's just kind of fun to go to. It's like yeah, it's not like I'm raking in the dough there, right? But tables are cheap, and it's you know it's a thing to do. Especially back like when I was doing shows like a lot. It's like the whole thing I like focused on was like filling the schedule. Like it was a weekend, like a thing I could do one, but I didn't have like a bigger show at. See a bunch of the same people there as I do everywhere else, which just happened. Listening to a Pokemon playlist, by the way. What are these songs I some of them are Pokemon. Well, I don't know how much space I'll have behind my table. At least where I was sitting last year, I didn't have a lot of space, so it's like I can't really like I can't always offer space behind my table for people to hang out. Like shows that I can do that are nice, but it's like you know, and the table I'm going to have is going to be like a cafeteria table, so it's just always a weird setup anyway. I kind of don't like using those tables, obviously, for Artist Alley tables, because I remember, like, one of my first years doing it, there was this guy that just decided to sit down on the other end of, you know, the cafeteria table and just have a chat with me about Vocaloid. And the problem was, is, like, he was kind of, like, blocking the rest of the table, so it was, like, really bad for business. It's kind of an annoying setup. But it's like, you know, they have what they have to work with. So it's like I'm not mad at like the school or whatever. It's just people just taking advantage of it. Like certain setups like that are just weird. At least the table I'm going to have, because this the show is like it's cheap enough to get like a technical dealer's area table. And that usually sets you up in like the main cafeteria. Normally it'd be like down the hall, like at a regular table, but it's like I don't really like doing like being sat down in the hall at the show. I'm not saying the traffic is like bad down there. It's just a smaller, uh, quieter show. Because again, it's at a high school. I always think it's funny with Anime Park. It's like, sure, I know they have like a teacher that's like overseeing it, but it's like usually the registration for it, in terms of like Artist Alley stuff, is like it's really smooth usually. This year they had some like hiccups with like invoices just because they had new people coming in. But when you see stuff like YumaCon being bad, it's just like, guys, you're a much bigger. I get it, and it is a lot bigger than just a high school thing. But it's just like, it's a little sad that this high school can get their shit together and figure out like using PayPal invoices and whatever. And of course, I guess they had the Artist Alley stuff for YomaCon go out, you know, fairly well this year. I actually got an email about it. So it's like those. I did apply to that one on time. Motor City. I'm still a little mad at myself for wanting to gamble and stuff. Go double check. It's like they actually got the YomaCon stuff out on time. I didn't hear any like really big upsets with Artist Alley information going out. Not that I keep like a crazy tight watch Discord or whatever, but like communication through email was you know, actually kind of prompt, acceptable might be the correct term. Some years with communication from the show as of late is really bad. It wasn't it this year that they're supposed to be kind of like restructuring something anyway, making a whole big deal about like, oh, this is gonna be like a grand comeback or whatever. I don't know. It's like, I just want their stuff to get there and to go out. Yeah, no, I was just curious if I didn't know you didn't know about it. Again, it's just like a small show, and when you do Artist Alleys about these things from other people, or how did I find out about it? Maybe I found it on like a website. Hearing weird banging. We had this problem like, hey, I remember. Not mirrors or I just have food. The weird thing about the banging, I only hear that I feel like in I said something today, too. On the other wall. Washer and dryer is another person. They're fired too. You know what that noise normally does? I like how I drew that correctly. These look fine, I guess. I'm not in love with these new Pokemon. Oh, the pen feels weird. I feel like I literally only hear it when I'm. But it's not like a rhythm thing like prior. I don't think it's somebody living in the walls. Off what I can see with like the little like access panel that's all like the for the washer and dryer. I don't think there's a lot of room back there, of course, like in for anybody. You going to Motor City though? Okay. Yeah, and I'm not sure. Do my job called flying so that I had the application. I had the application open, but I just got busy with stuff that I forgot to. They did make a double type starter. It's called Bulbasaur. They just don't really do it much anymore. Get your secondary typing until like an evolution. First evolution. But Bulbasaur was a dual type. I don't think they've done it since then. Even the birds that they introduced. Was Rowlet grass flying at the start, or was it just grass? Oh, okay. I don't know what punch forever, but I live under a rock. So out of touch with whatever I haven't. No, we don't do any more firefightings. They already do enough firefighting. We don't need more firefighting. Remember when everyone thought that Pyroar was gonna be a firefighting? Like, look, we made it a fire dark. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, but I don't think they do it with, like, the basic starters because they don't want to overwhelm children that play this with, like, too many options. That's why they don't come into play until, like, you know, later evolutions where it's like you've been introduced to more concepts for it. Because again, even though we're adults playing it, we have to remember, at the end of the day, the game is more or less intended for children. Like, they have to ease them into it. Even if children can look it up and they might already know. Like, there's typical. You have to just think that every generation there is like a new player base coming into it. It's not always just old guard. Hello, Papa. Hello. Can I help you? Can I help you? Papa. Ooh, what's up? You kinda can't. I'm doing something in my lap right now. My tablet's there. You can't also occupy that space. Sorry. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I don't think. That doesn't look very comfortable. Are you pouting? Are you pouting? I'm sorry, Papa. I'm doing art stream. That tablet in my lap. It's not comfortable if I put it elsewhere. You know this. Papa, hon, I'm gonna put the tablet on. No. I'll put the tablet on top of you, and then you're not gonna like that either, and then you're gonna leave. guess I feel a little bit bad because the desk is kind of, you know, he would sleep up here on the desk if space were. Currently isn't. This is also my fault, I suppose. Hello, farm. See, this song doesn't sound like anything I know from Pokemon. It sounds almost like stuff from, like, Mother 3. I have no idea what fucking Pokemon. A movie or something? I haven't seen any of the Pokemon. I think the last Pokemon anime I bothered to watch was like Pokemon Origin. I don't like it when they do eyes like that. No, but I'm saying, Brian, they're not going to start the starters off with types like that because it's just you have to again think about it from a game developer standpoint when it comes to knowing what their player base is technically supposed to be. Right? It's like it's too simple, sure, but it has to be simple for people just getting into it. Not everyone has been playing for 30 years. Again, that's why they introduce them in like the final evolutions for the starters instead of right away. And again, because that would just complicate everything else going forward. Because it's like, all right, you have gyms, like then they'll have to like revamp the gyms to accommodate all the extra typings that they're giving you right off the bat. And having the setup be your basic fire, water, like grass thing is just to teach, again, the basic kind of loop around. That's like saying, oh, in rock, paper, scissors, I want everything to have 2 effects so you can never, like, lose at rock, paper, scissors. It feels like they're overdue for a new Eevee evolution. I feel like I read somewhere back in like last game they talked about adding like maybe a flying type or something, like a new one, but the problem that they're having is that so many people are doing like fan designs that it's like it's hard for them to come up with something unique that someone can't just say that they made up. Of course, if they were quicker about doing Eevee evolutions or people didn't like out-design them or something. Problem. But I remember reading that somewhere as a thing. That with however many like Eevee fan designs there are, that makes it difficult for them to come up with something unique. Some of the ideas out there are actually, you know, pretty good, I guess. Which is just an interesting thing to think about when it comes to like fan Pokemon. if they added an Eevee evolution, what type would you want it for? I guess that's like the other big thing. What would you want for? Because if we just think of like type spread, it's like with what they have, it's like, you know, they're pretty basic. When I say basic types, it's just like if you think of like bug, that seems a little bit more niche, or like poison. Those almost feel like generally not necessarily secondaries, but like even flying. It's like they've tried to like get away from that a little bit, where it feels like there's certain types that are lesser than others by balancing them out. Maybe a rock and or ground one. I mean, fighting is kind of common. You guys remember the age where people thought they were going? I mean, they added fairy, but the talk of like Game Freak adding the like a sound type, because they keep having like Pokemon that have like sound based moves. I think in a way it's treated kind of like as a weird subtype. Oh, apparently the little fluff on its neck is actually always that. I was trying to even it out because I thought it was just like just swayed back like that because it's running. Oh, I had. I normally don't use the Eevee evolution, so I don't think about them too much. Like, in terms of design, they're fun, but it's not, like, something I think too much about. So it's not, like, something that would affect me. I think that's the other thing, is, like, there's nothing I want in terms of, like, Pokemon designs going forward. So it's like, I'm not interested in whatever they're gonna come up with. I mean, they also haven't done anything super duper interesting as far as I'm with certain designs that they've. Because what Fairy type was back in X and Y, and how long ago was X and Y released? Like fucking forever. EV evolutions, though, have just become one of those things. Like every generation, like we go through the same discussion. Like, yeah, I guess eventually they'll add another, but it's like at the same time, it's like what could we use? I mean, there's plenty of Pokemon that they have made just because they wanted something like thematic for that specific reason or region. Are most Eevee are most Eevee evolutions like competitive viable? Like we were talking about this earlier. It's also like a matter of like, well, are people gonna want to use them competitively? I don't. Staring into my fucking soul. I'm just wondering what the next generation. I mean, besides like what islands again or something. It's like I'm wondering what the next like gimmick would be. Terrestrialization or whatever, terrestrializing. You know, it's not a bad concept. What I didn't like about it is like some of the designs for like the crowns that your Pokemon got when you did it. I really hate the steel type one. The fucking giant axe. Like that looks silly. Like, and I guess Pokemon is silly at the end of the day. Like I'm just curious what I mean. I think are they bringing back Mega Evolutions? Is it just more Mega Evolutions? They seem really into the Mega Evolutions again. But like it'll be interesting, I suppose, to see what the gimmick that I'll just do for story purposes, but not really care about outside of what they have me do in the game with it. Like, it's hard for me to speculate what I would want in a Pokemon game. I'm just at the point where it's like, I don't want to say I don't, well, no, I guess I don't care. Going forward, it's like, I'm just so tapped out. It's like, it's hard for me to, like, speculate even things that they could do or things I could quote-unquote want. Because, like, there's not much I want because it's like, I don't have any interest in, like, interacting with it much anymore. The stuff that they have put out lately just hasn't been interesting enough. Or it's just been kind of over the top. And like we were talking about earlier, the whole focus on like competitive is like, that's just not something I'm interested in. Like Pokemon Legends Arceus is probably like the last time I was going to be like super duper, let's say, interested in the series. That was enough of a change up that it was interesting and didn't make me have to care about competitive. Like, I'll keep an eye on announcements, but it's like I don't feel like there's going to be anything that they're going to add to it that's going to pique interest enough. Like, the designs don't do it for me. There's too many things to collect now. And it's like, ever since the whole exit thing that people kept going on about it, like, they're going to just drip feed them to us piecemeal anyway. If I want to play a Pokemon game that I like, I'll just play Arceus and call it a day. Right now, I'm just wondering is like if these starters will ever grow on me. Cause like I feel like most generations, like you'd see the starters, like I don't know if I like those or not, and then eventually, like yeah, they're not too bad now. Like after a few years, like will these ones ever appeal to me? Like right now, they just don't. I don't know. It's just weird to think about Pokemon in the state that it's in. My loss of patience with. I feel like I need to go back to one of the older games, the ones that I'm nostalgic for, which would be like Red, Blue, Gold, Silver, and Sapphire, and just play through them, see how I feel about them. Because like I saw like a post after Fire Red and Leaf Green got out on the Switch. It's like I don't know why like people only like this game because of nostalgia. Like this game sucks, and it's like okay. And they were complaining about like Rattatas and Zubats or something like that. And it's like, yeah, that's just part of the experience or something. I don't know. I don't want to go on a slight nostalgia trip almost, or a revisit of the older generations. Like I'm like talking original. Like, was original Red and Blue that bad? It's like I don't think it was, but again, I was a child when I played. Still have like fond memories of it. Don't get like everything else I've played for it has been like a remake in one way. I had Pokemon Blue on like my DS. I remember playing through that, but that was forever ago. Some people claim it's like, oh, the definitive way to play like the original, like the Johto region. Sorry, the Kanto region. Big fan. Is to play Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's like in terms of like I guess quality of life and like features, like maybe, but it's like maybe I could find the time. Go back and play original Red and Blue. That might be fun. Like a I haven't I understand liking um Fire Red and Leaf Green for like certain changes they made. There's just something about going back to the basics of very first game. Like, quirks and everything included. I feel like it wouldn't be that long of a playthrough. And it might be fun to go through. It's like, do I still remember how to get through Rock Tunnel without Flash? I haven't had to navigate through Rock Tunnel without Flash in a hot minute. Oh, I just kind of want to play so I can go through Rock Tunnel. I'm not talking like as a Nuzlocke or something. Maybe we'll do a stream where we go old school Pokemon Red or something. Pokemon Red or Blue. Just to play. Like I said, no Nuzlocke or whatever, no challenge run. I just want to play Pokemon as it was originally intended back in the 1990s. Before it got feature creep and bloat or whatever we want to call everything nowadays. Because these days are spoiled. Pokemon fans in general, spoiled. All the shit that we get. Almost too overwhelming. Back in my day, we had 151 Pokemon and we paid for it. A special split of hyper training. I guess there were still EVs to us, like a degree. Why am I getting? There's still EVs to a. Stop it. Oh, there's still EVs to a degree. Just all the fucking things I have open and it. Oh. Save. I don't know why saving on side here when I'm streaming. I guess it's just the overload. Codec. Video setting. I go back and just do old classic red and blue. The last time I remember playing on my DS, I feel like I was breezing through it, and you know, adult brain or whatever. I think I got to like the Elite Four where I was kind of like under leveled even. I don't remember if I got through it, but it's like I just breezed through the main gym. Like, already at 4. So. Did any of you participate, watch, interact with Pokemon or Twitch Plays Pokemon Red back in the day? Go like really cool nostalgia trip. I can do, or like I said, interact in any Pokemon or Twitch Plays Pokemon. That was a magical time. Magical. I remember I saw my input on the screen one time, briefly. Couldn't remember where, but it's like I had seen it once. Do they still run those? I know, like, afterwards, like, they tried doing, like, later games, but it kind of fell off. It wasn't as, like, viral Pokemon Red was first time. Because it kind of lost its appeal. It was, like, the same thing. And then everyone was trying to, like, meme on it. So it was, like, it wasn't, like, natural shenanigans. It was, like, people trying to force things. It's like when you play D&D with people and they've read, like, a lot of funny stories online and they, like, force those interactions instead of just letting them coming from the person that never... I keep thinking it's like I need to just get rid of all my Dungeons and Dragons books because I don't use them. I don't have anyone to play with still. I don't go out to play. suppose I have time now, so it's like I gotta be able to find, or not time, it's a little bit, well, a little bit more fine. I don't use them. Like, I'm kind of annoyed. It's like I bought all that stuff to put in it, not around. Like I used it, what, briefly, very, very briefly. So simple, I feel like I'm just copying the official art and I don't want to just do that. If I recall everything, if I shrink it down, but I like the body is. Oh, that banging. It happens enough that I obviously have noticed it. I don't know why. Not a sound that like the washer or dryer is running. It happens. It's like it's too soft that you guys aren't gonna. So if you do, then wow. But they look a little wonky right now. Bomb. Fucking up. Don't look. Yeah. Bothers me that like I don't know all this. Because if I draw that like in full, I could always use it. But it's like it's just do it. Fucking Oh, this design is just so fucking plain. I feel like I've cheated somehow. But I didn't. They're just like this. Plain and boring. No, this is like lighting. Oh. Knows it. Wondering why didn't I color in the, because I use a consistent like tongue and mouth like color. They have one that fucking Voldemort, giant fucking man, fucking. So fucking boring. Sorry, I know. Body mark. Different. Maybe someone does live in the walls, because now I just heard that weird kind of knocking sound from a totally different area I was hearing it from before. That's insane. this music sounds way too dour for Pokemon. What the fuck is this from? I'm not saying Pokemon can't have serious music or whatever. These songs are Pokemon. Missing. Yeah, those look alright. Yeah, those are. So yeah, I kind of have to get these done tonight because, I have to go to Dungeon. I have to. Oh no, I'm going to get distracted by 14. I don't have to go too hard for this show, like, a small, a little. Sure, I like to get more stuff done for Motor City that I'm technically work at all. But also nice now I don't have to ask for time off from the store and then get yelled at that I took so much time off for conventions. Sorry. Over store stuff, like... factory that we had was like I don't do that a lot, but oh, but yeah, once we get these done, then I'll wrap up. It's like we've been here a fair bit, and it's like even though these designs are simple, it's like I'm slower than I think I was, or than I think I am. Sorry, kind of looking amazing. But we'll wrap up once. Tomorrow I'm still banking on being okay for Final Fantasy 15 to do the last 24 man. Even with con prep, I just have to get stuff out in the car this morning. So, like I've said multiple, it's a small show. I don't and like too fretting about a lot of it for it. Like really big crap. So it should be fine. We do have like an Allied Society thing we need to do first before we go and do the raid. And like that's the only thing that we have left to do, and if that's gonna take up most of the time. But raid cutscene. Wrap up. I might start a little earlier than normal, though. Just to get like the Allied Society stuff out of the way. Like that's not gonna cut in. Because again, it's like I do have to watch my time a little bit. I need to also double check with a friend. It's like I might be picking her up Saturday mornings. I need to pick her up at a decent get her. We had some car issues, so it's like I told her, it's like, well, I should be able to pick you up. Go to show. Oh. I'm gonna just ping her real quick while I'm thinking about it. But yeah, we should be fine for... Oh, have a good one, Brian. For stopping by. So the Allied Society stuff is... the limit for the current rank. And if I want to, going with it. I'll start early, run through that. Fine. Stuff. But then after that, after this week, downtime, back to so we can actually get into chapter 1 proper. It's like I know a whole big hubbub about it last stream. Like, and it's just getting to that point. Like, you can't say that about games. Like, they can just shut down one day just because the people running it. I found it really funny. It's like, I used to play Disney Heroes, and like I saw an announcement. It's like, oh, they're releasing new characters at the end of the well, recently, and it's like, that's cool. And then like maybe a few weeks later, like, oh, we're actually ending, you know, support for this game at the end of May. Like, but you guys just put in new characters, so it's like, what, you want people to spend money up until the end of April, and then just have access to these characters and stuff for just a month before it's just gone. It's like, I didn't play actively. I used to play like forever ago. It wasn't too bad of a game. It's just really sad. I was like in the Discord for it, like for a bit, just to see like what the fallout was from. Curious. And it's just more people like lamenting the fact that the story mode on it's never gonna get finished. Like, that really sucks. Like, I remember the story not being too bad on it. It's like I was super behind on it. After that just sucks that it's to kick the dust, the dirt, kick the bucket even. Danger. No, you know, resolution. Look. I want to say I hate them a little less after drawing them. Find the do some. Again, because we have Sundays back. I mentioned this, like, what, the other night. It's like, we might be able to do art streams again. It's not going to be one this Sun. Well, no, we're doing stuff in the morning. I don't know if we'll do one Sunday or not. Not tired out from doing store stuff. We can art stream properly again. Oh, okay, I said next week, like, we should be back to Genshin. If I manage to get into, Motor City, that'll probably, then Friday. Tired. It all depends, how I fare on Thursday. It was when they did like their fall show. I got into that show like last minute. We had a cancellation, but it was the fall show. Spring show's a lot busier. Anyway, cool. The other ones I had planned, but like those are, if I got to them, I got to them. It's like they're just like random other Pokemon that are like popular that I was gonna do, and people have asked for, you know, like Gengar and Charizard. Stuff like that. And then I was looking at a few of the unique Pokemon designs that they added for Pokopia. I was like, those are at least interesting to look at. Anyway, these look pretty good. Like, maybe I could move the dog down. But to do that, I have to go into a whole different program. But a big goober head is at least. Well, I can do it. It's better if I do it now instead of waiting till later. If you pop into Clip Studio Paint, I can move multiple layers in one go. Without it complaining. I feel like Photoshop should do that. I can never get it to work. Or just not a thing that it can. So, we'll do it in, Clip Studio. I guess when I was out earlier with Brian, we were walking around and it like started to sprinkle, but it's definitely raining. It's pretty hard outside right now. Oh. Just go in here. If you're wondering why, like, the outer stuff matters, like all this extra that's outside of the safety zone, that's all the stuff that gets, like, wrapped around the button shelf. So I have to, like, you know, overshoot it. I know, those look good. I'm happy with it. Cool. Neat. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hours. That still feels slow for 3. And again, simplistic designs. It's probably because I just overthink these. Whatever, they look nice usually at the end of the day. I'm not too much. I'm gonna go though. I'll be around for a bit. Again, I gotta pop into 14, check a few things. But yeah. Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow. I will see you hopefully then, if not sometime next week or whatever. I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for tuning in on this. One day we'll get the Half-Life overlays done so we can play Half-Life on Thursday again. I haven't forgotten. I still want to finish playing through Half-Life. But, you know, we'll deal with that later. But I'll see you guys, next time.